I was up very, very early this morning, not by choice, but I did stumble into an interesting conversation in which somebody, not myself, I don't want to give myself credit where none is due, went through and looked at the kind of creatures that appeared in a lot of the OSE starter modules. Not the creatures themselves, but their hit dice in relation to, say, first level party. And their numbers are pretty interesting. They were just giving some rough numbers, and I'm kind of roughing them out even more, but it seemed like you can get a pretty good symmetry of basically five different creature levels. On the one, you have the ones that are well above the party's level, so you might be talking about a 4 hit die monster when you're talking about first level party. A second one, another 20% that are slightly above the party's level, another 20% that are equal to the party's level, another 20 that are slightly below the party's level, and maybe a final 20 that are well below the party's level. It's interesting to think of these kinds of splits being adhered to in some level. In a dungeon, you could probably throw this into a table and adjust to suit if you wanted to roll randomly for creatures. I'm not saying that we should adhere to this exactly, and mine is really just sort of a rounding off of someone else's rounding off of somebody else's rounding off of some numbers. However, it's intriguing to think about this spread, a spectrum of different kind of encounters or potential challenges that a party may face in a dungeon. Something to think about if you're constructing a dungeon either for yourself or for publication, to think about that, right? And think about, for that upper echelon, those 20% that are well above the party's level, how are these encounters able to be mitigated, avoided? Because one of the notes was that for the creatures that were well above the party's level, they weren't ones that were just you could run into randomly. They were more or less ones that could be easily avoided, or you actually had to get special access, or there was some condition keeping them at bay. Food for thought. Let me know what you think. Game on. Talk to you later.